Hey class, I'm Latiz Ricard. Um, I am studying for an MFA in creative writing, and I'm just here to talk about myself. First of all, I'm 54, and I had two kids, one of which is deceased. My son's death is actually the turning point for my life. His In death, I've learned to live, and I know that probably sounds weird, but when you talk about obstacles and things like that, death has to be right at the top. You know, we were playing Family Feud. I think the death of your child may be the top one. But that has been, his death sent me on a journey, and it sent me on an introspective journey to find out who I really was, because at that point I was exposed to the rawness of life, to the rawness of me, to what my core is and who I am and why I exist, and kind of what's it all about time for me. So that's the thing that was my turning point. Now, the five things that Robert Greene talks about in the book and Mastery, I can relate to many of them, particularly the one with having outside obstacles. You know, my mom's side of the family, some of them are not as supportive as I would have liked them to be in my creativity, but it took me to be older and a wiser adult to understand why they weren't supportive. They ain't know how. And they probably don't even realize the harm they did in terms of killing some creative spirit that was in me. But fortunately for me, I always had people that were around me that believed in me and told me that, hey, you're great, you're good, you can write, you ought to pursue this. And I always kept that in the back of my head. But, after I had my kids and got married, my son was really ill. He was diabetic, had to take insulin twice a day at 9 months old. So that was a obstacle, or something that I had to kind of put my career, my needs, and all that kind of stuff. I had to put it down. And when I did that, I kind of looked for jobs that would be able to support me and the kids, and they had good health insurance. That was the false path, because once my son got older, and then of course he died when he was 23, I still stayed on the false path because I was afraid. I was really afraid to show that side of me, because I was afraid people wouldn't understand me. Not so much they wouldn't like me, because I always had friends. Everybody always gravitates me. They like me. But I was just afraid of trying. And a lot of times when you're afraid of trying, it paralyzes you. So outside of having that path, being on the false path and getting stuck, all of those things, they all came together to form something that created a question in my mind every day, which was, who are you? Where are you going? The things that I know that I have to do in terms of what my goals are to get in the next 3 weeks is I'm working on building up my fiber, my moral fiber. I'm working on strengthening it so that A, I don't look toward the false paths, and B, I don't let people get in my way. What they say these days really don't matter, okay? Because I know who I am. And I'm trying to strengthen that part of me, knowing who I am. Thank you.